There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Foreign people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are red. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The welcome and life without again.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play police who make on you. I can't ask you to be venue. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And you no money, the more I get you. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the thing, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Foreign people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Backbaloo, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Good day, people. In fact, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you out there, channel listeners. For matter of fact, it's Friday, having to be 26 days in the month of June, the 6th month of the year, remain the same, 2026. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all of you, our dear channel listeners. Those of you always running the batteries, the data, and in making sure that you follow all of our activities. This is the Sktv show, for matter of fact, right here on Truth FM 96.1. We broadcast live and direct from outside the nation, capital Maneuver. We're right here in Painesville, to be precise. Do Portable. Good evening, welcome. Share the show. The show will be interesting this evening. For matter of fact, today's Friday. So many things to talk about. So many things happening in the country. The president, I'm just receiving information that the president of the Republic of Liberia, President Bouaka, issue executive order. I don't know what are these executive orders really making any impact in our country. But again, the president issued executive order banning export of unprocessed natural rubber to boost local manufacturing. I don't know what the president is happening from Guinea or what going on in Guinea. There are no executive order, but the president of Guinea said that nothing, especially that had to do with gold, no gold, no raw gold will leave from Guinea, according to the president in Guinea, that all of the process, everything will be done right there in Guinea. But again, our president, our government of Liberia said that, according to the executive order, banning export of unprocessed natural rubber to boost local manufacturing. I think this happened within natural rubber issue. I don't know what are they trying to it's just the same thing. But again, people, good evening. What happening in Grand County? I guess most of you now want to know exactly some of the activities going there in Zwadu, Grand my own hometown, where I was born, grew up for little time before transitioning into Monrovia today, where some of us, where we are today, enjoying all of the best. But mind you, though, I miss my home, I miss everything, I miss Putu, I miss the mountain, and I'm so happy today to see that great people entering my county, great people interacting with our people, and the economy there today going to be a little bit high. It's going to be better. It's going to be good up to Sunday before, maybe between Monday, before at least our people try to struggle with another thing. But again, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. The opposition, they are in Zwaju. For a matter of fact, they are in Zwaju, Grand County. So we will look at all of these things today, things that are happening, what's going on, the political happening, the hauling and pulling, and the economy. I heard that the IMF, someone posted that the IMF is saying that we are doing better. I don't know whether if we are doing better, we got to wait for other people to be telling us whether we're doing better, or it will be the Liberian people themselves will tell us exactly whether we're doing better or not. But Steve Bode, as usual, from Thursday to Friday, always here with us, always control some of the narrative, control the show, make sure that at least I have a little rest. Steve is here, Mose, chairman. What's up? The social chairman, don't get vessel. This is the social chairman. So some of you, if you see the man active, moving strong with some of the social discussion, don't get vexed. Steve, good evening, my brother. What's up? How everything?
Well, folks, good afternoon, good evening, good day to all of you. It's good to be back on. Good Friday to all of you. I know the show. Nobody looking too far from the camera, visiting this thing here.
Okay. So right, let me see. Maybe you want to come a little bit closer.
Yeah, when you doing the thing that I for what wrong with you?
No, when you do it, then you not see other people. So you have to.
You on the Sunday.
Yeah, let me see. What you not do it? What in the born and do? Yeah,
make it bigger to make it sunny. But folks, as always.
Okay, good. All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
People are the most important people on earth, and the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. A lot of things going on. A lot of things will happen. Well, that's it. I heard you talking about.
Somebody said, why Steve always greeting the women and not the men?
Yeah, because a woman born me, I let woman business. Simple. You gotta be giving us a hard time. But that the two I say, my man, I get time to. But anyway, folks, let's share this. I always greeting the women because a woman born me and I let woman business. Simple. But anyway, I heard you talking about, we talk about Grange there, the place and the one that won. There's something you forgot about, which I'm very disappointed in you for not talking about that. But let's welcome Ali. Ali, welcome to the show.
Yes, good afternoon, Steve. Good afternoon, Mayborn, and good afternoon to our listening audience, our followers out there. Yes, glad to be here this afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah, so Mayborn talking about, the economy will be high in Grange there. People will be spending money. But maybe you're afraid to say people will get pregnant in Grange this weekend. We'll have some Grange babies that will be left there. There will be a lot of social activity going on in Grange there. So talk about that one too. Let's balance the conversation. What are you afraid for? What are you afraid of? No, let me tell you something, I've always told you. Anywhere you see man, woman, gather, those social activities are bound to happen. All that funny thing you hear people talking. Don't, Sonny, just pay attention to it. So yeah, so we'll welcome babies in Grange there to increase the number of Grangeans. We'll talk about what's going on in Grange there. We'll talk about the angry birds that were making noise all around the place, trying to assert moral compass. Some of them won't make it look like the moral people. You get liar Joseph Baga that is supporting you moral man. You get Joseph Baga, who is the living walking example of immorality. And you want to talk moral talk? You're not really here. We'll discuss here today. You get Joseph Baga, who said Prince Johnson and a devil, he would dance with it. Like y'all want to talk? Unity Party people. You get Mo Ali, who I thought would still be in burial business or trying to even honor his mother who passed away. He passing around writing funny thing about IMF. You're not serious. You ain't go move your mind up IMF you can talk about. You're a joke. You're not serious. To tell you that you're not serious. My mom's supposed to be dead in less than 2-3 months. I can see that on Facebook. To say what in to talk, what in to who? To who? What's that? Why is it important for me to talk?
But why if they tell you say when you talk you will lose your job? And the only thing you depending on you can survive a government job. So you have no choice but to talk.
No wonder why they're supposed to be writing funny things. So IMF now the new Ministry of Finance. IMF new need Gafon. Okay, I didn't know. But we'll talk about all of that today, my people. We'll talk about your what you need. Your stint on. I see Dylan writing funny posts. You know the thing are funny. The thing are interesting, like I told you yesterday. I see Dylan writing. They won't count all of the woo word to read. You're ready to write. You get it out of your stomach, get it out of yourself. Don't be acting like you're doing job. I see people that with no integrity, no moral, and all one. When CDC say Cummings that 1%, then they invite Cummings that 2%, then they invite Cummings or whatever. When Joseph Boaga invited Prophet Key to Unity Party, where they go, Prophet Key, we can call people man. When Joseph Boaga invited him, and you're okay with it? I've told you over and over, me and Labrador people will not get nothing to do that has to do with moral in politics in Labrador. Anything that got to do with moral in politics in Labrador, I don't get time for it. I don't have time for it. I don't do moral with Liberian people in politics. No, I don't do anything that got to do with morality. I don't do with Liberian people in politics. No, I don't. Because they will screw you over. They will play you. They will lie to you, people who you expect to be moral people who you expect to be people of character and reptitude. They don't have it. No repetition, nothing. They dine and wine with people who they shouldn't be dining and whining to. But then when other people want this thing, and they say, oh, I tell you, say you moral man. Y'all like moral people? Yeah, oh, that today you know Alexander coming that moral man. No, Alexander coming that you're moral man. Alexander Coming is as immoral as Joseph Boaga too. Because I can't put in your learner. So guess what? Alexander Coming will go and speak to that particular event. And y'all can do nothing about it. Y'all have bad dreams tonight tomorrow. The whole weekend by your stomach will wrong. We don't get no problem. Nobody get problem with your opposition coming together. What thing happened? The time CPP were coming together. You were okay with it. Okay. Anyway, we're not talking here. The ones who happen not happening is that you're checking. Anyway, no point. Let me get your show back to you. I just wanted to greet our people.
Yes, thank you, man. But are you? What say you in passing? What are some of the things maybe that you want to talk about quickly? Because the social chairman already start throwing some jobs. I don't know, maybe you want to go that way or you want to go social quickly. Even though the show will be more interesting. Okay.
Just what the chairman said, or I think that just you know the Unity Party people. These people, I always say this, and we all continue to say it. Unity Party feel that they are so entitled to. They the one own Liberia. They are the only people that are supposed to do things, and nobody question them. Yesterday, if you see a convicted criminal start on with those people who humiliated us in this country. When we go to places, people see, oh, you Liberian, oh, that your brother was giving fake nursing degree around here, that why you can do in your country, killing and damaging people. But Baka went and sat down on that network, opening his teeth. Oh, Liberia, we are coming to rescue the people, this and that. They raise fund, money, everything for that same criminal platform. And this is the mayor say, oh yeah, he's a man of integrity. He's an integrity icon. He was affiliating with a criminal because why he wanted to win election. But then today, you want to come and question the credibility or morality or integrity of Mr. Kumi. Why he say he going to CDC party or whatsoever anniversary. If you can get an 80-year-old man, the oldest man, going to associate with a convicted criminal, that one you can't talk about it. But Mr. Kumi, you want to question today? What moral integrity or credibility you had to question Mr. Kumi yesterday? He said, oh, we tired suffering rally. CDC was suffering, but at the same CDC anniversary going on today. You keep your mouth shut. You focus on rescuing the Liberian people, and they just cartel you have established in the country. You try to get rid of it. So that's just it there.
Well, that's good, wonderful. I don't know how can you and the chairman just start with should I say reacting.
No, I was just warming up to be honest.
Thank you. But I said that chairman, you and Brother Ali, you just start warming up like that. But again, to some of our people who are listening, some of you who are also watching, please help us share the show. That would be good for us. James David, Sidiki Traore, Robert Fasulu, Jacqueline, and the rest of you. Please help us share the show, because like Steve and that Ali said, there are so many reactions, even in the chat rooms of some of the in fact some of the chat rooms of the ruling party right now. They are not happy about what's going on in Zwedru, Grand County, especially seeing the opposition coming together. Well, we're going to be asking, what are the questions today? Some of us will be asking, what are the opposition coming together? What are they coming together in a good faith, or what's going to happen next after the program and so forth? Some of these things will be asking. I don't mind all the jobs that Steve and but Ali Choi, they will come back and ask all of the tough questions. So again, yes, look, let's still say this country of ours, no matter how you want to put it, no matter what you want to say, at the end of the day, the issue of integrity. If we want to preach about integrity, by this time, the $19 million worth of drugs have been seized at the RRA. People should have been arrested by this time. But at the end of the day, people will still working free. They are all people of interest. They're eating, laying down in their air-conditioned homes, riding all of the best of cars and so forth. Some of them just stay traveling around. So that tells you that we just lack of integrity. No need to waste your time if you have the kind of integrity anymore to say, yes, I want to waste my time, because at the end of the day, the country that you live in, people don't really respect integrity. So you got to either die in one with them. When you get into a position and say, no, I have to straighten this thing. This is not the right way to go. These are things that people were expecting from President Bouaga, that President Bouaga should come to power and straighten things. But again, today, some of the supporters, they are all crying and thinking, no, after we criticize the issue of drugs, how can now we are also supporting and seeing the issue of drugs? So Steve and other brother, I believe you guys are right. People will disagree to agree. At the end of the day, we have to give people the free time, the free chance, the free opportunity for them to be able to associate and disassociate. So for me, the opposition in Zwedru, Grand County, that's the best thing to do. Even if it's a unity party or the ruling party, also it is their right to associate and to disassociate. So Steve, again, we move on. Whether there's any other social issue, if not, yes, then we'll move on now with the issue of politics. Some of the happening back home, back to back.
Well, before we, I don't know how true this information is about the Solicitor General of Liberia again. I don't know how true that is. The Solicitor General of Liberia, that one of the jurors in the case was his girlfriend. I don't know how true that is. If that is true, then we have a serious mess in terms of the whole Liberia judiciary system. I'm very concerned about it. I know your state. I don't know how far you're going with your case. I saw that from a social standpoint. I saw a post about this guy who raps in Liberia. I know Mr. Church. He fell off. I'm not sure how true that is. This is problematic that young people, in Liberia are falling off, or, the high blood pressure thing is a problem. I'm not sure what the cause is, but it's very concerning. Very, very much concerning. So these are, from a social standpoint, these are things that, I've been seeing other social issues. I saw on you, Melbourne, I saw on your post, I saw two girls were fighting in one of your posts. I found it to be very, very interesting. But it was something that I didn't talk about yesterday. I want to quickly bring to the attention of our people. You know, sometimes we can say the people in Liberia, we can blame them a lot for celebrating politicians who are alleged criminals who made their worth from either the position or where they are. But Melbourne, it is even sad and even worse that the behavior we see in Liberia can be, but some Liberians can be attributed to poverty because they don't have food to eat, they don't have anything, so they celebrate these politicians so that I can get small thing to eat. But here is my concern about some of us who are in the diaspora. Imagine Liberians gathering to praise, sing Thomas Fala and Nemo, or whatever they got going on. Imagine Liberians leaving their job, some of them their children, to go and celebrate Thomas Fala. These funny characters. It speaks volume. It's a problem. It means we have a problem as a people. It definitely means we have a problem as a people. It's not a secret that all know that Thomas Fala has been involved with lots of different corruption. Lots of different corruption allegations on him. He has not cleared these things out. He has not spoken about these things. And you come celebrate Thomas Fala. Thomas Fala left from CDC. At T5, can't join United Party people. United Party people celebrating him in the name of Nemo. We have a problem, folks. We have a problem. These are people who are supposed to be shining when they come here. Nobody should attend the events. Nobody should be part of anything that they do. Nobody should even give them chance. If they won't get hotel or whatever it is, let them catch a Uber or cab from the airport and go to the hotel. Maybe if they're an immediate family member, then they can go and associate with them. Nobody should host anything for these people or to even welcome them. If we do that, if we shame these people one or two times, they will know that we are serious. But we from the diaspora, we have a serious problem. We send out messaging every time we have an opportunity. Every time we have an opportunity. And this in itself is a problem. This got to be a consolidated effort. It can't be about political party. When Thomas Fala was in United Party and CDC, he was T5, he was causing here around here. Today he going to United Party people work on here in the name of Nemo. So where are we headed now? So when our pastor from Nigeria say we are confused, then we get back with him. We say he's not pastor, he's not man of God because he associated with Joe. But we are exhibiting and demonstrating confusion. And that's why we were able to go and elect an 80-year-old man who are living on loan in the name of the man who can rescue her. They're not confusion there. We are confused group of people. We are a confused group of people, whether you like it or not. This is just the fact of the matter. And this is shameful, it's embarrassing, it's disgraceful. It's about time that we wake up. The Dylan sit down and talk a bunch of foolishness when he come to America, and nobody should even pay attention to him. That is if he will come down the way he used to come to visit. When the people that come here, they steal. When they come here, they talk foolish. Nobody should pay attention to them. Let us go to assist them. If we do this thing one or two times, when the people then come here, when the people then back there, they will behave themselves. But no, we are divided on that. We can never be united. So, no, but that's something that caught my attention. And
yes, thank you so quickly. Yeah, so quickly before we go to that, days after one of Liberian, in fact, advocate or the, you can always make it right. He said the hero or political talk show host Henry Costa called on Liberians to go out there to Digo. You know, they say everybody should go out there to go and Digo. Now the president is saying that no. The president now established national task force to combat illicit money activities. So I don't know how that's going to happen. So everything you just said, we come back to the same thing. You just wake up one morning and tell everybody that go. Me, I'm into the private sector. I'm digging. Go. I don't even know what kind of more education we really get it before I do come up quickly or chairman. That people just wake up resources that for the country. You telling people that go in the bush. Now everybody go dig. People go dig. Now the president said no, there will be no more illicit money. So what's going to happen next? See, you call yourself advocate. You're talking for the people. You are the one that the people look up to. Only for you to come out one morning instead of you to say no, illicit money is bad. Let the resources be used for the intended purpose. Let the government come so that the government will be able to get the resources to build schools, hospitals, and so forth. We say no, let everybody go in the bush and go and do money because you are in the bush. Well, my brother, there we go. Now that the latest news coming in.
Milborn. Before what he need, Masale come in. Milborn. First of all, let me say this to you. Sometimes his supporters, some of them can get mad at some of us, but I respect the ones who have come to terms with reality and they are no longer into that delusional stage that they were a couple of months ago. And I'm glad you brought it up because I see the same thing that the government is starting to do with Martin Colley, the same games they're trying to play. We were one of the very first people that told the Liberian people that Costa was working with the CDC-led administration. Costa was making fool out of most of you here, grown men and women, pretending to be a hero, but he was as inconsistent as it gets. Let me tell you something. Costa is a soulless human being. Let me say on the show here, he is a soulless human being.
I'm telling you, my brother.
Let me say again, he is a soulless human being. Associate with him at your own risk. Because I got no option. I challenge you to say anything negative about the government. The next thing will be in jail. And we want him not to mess around this government. But because he got nothing to do, then he say he got a master's degree. Why master's degree, man? Why you said a master's degree? Why you can't stay in America? You got your son yet. Stay in America. You say you don't want to be in politics again. Stay in America and work here and let's see. Stay in America and work here, let's see now. Amen. What kind of good thing he doing so much in that country? He's not doing nothing good business. And one attempt, and I want to open a challenge to him. Anybody who knows him, anybody who likes him, I want to open a challenge to him. I challenge him to call himself man. That foolishness he used to do a job where then he open your mouth and say, find to Unity Party. If they're locking up for good, anything I'm looking for, I shouldn't find him on the sun. Oh, the guy on the radar, he next in line. Let him talk. Amen. So he forcing himself to appease to the government, telling Labran Post to man go to go dig go. You get the digging go. He digging go. Then go show.
You look at the entire country, everybody should go dig go.
Yeah.
So that's it, my brother. So you write quickly, Brother Aliu. Yes, come on, Brother Ali, quickly. So these are some of the things, some of your advocates, some of you, these advocates, sometimes you got to examine them. Let me just say in the simplest form. Don't follow people just because you want to follow them. Follow them because they have integrity. Somebody take the entire family from here and carry them outside of Liberia. Every time they come in, they play phone out of you and they go back. Me, Mabon. I want to say though, but to take my children, my family from here and carry them outside of Liberia without no cost. While Liberia for the war, nothing happening. I don't say it will not happen. Maybe they'll just go visit and come back. To see that into my life, Steve, it will be too hard for me. But again, that's the kind of life. So our president, the Deacon, is saying that no more illicit money. Some of you there in Swaju, Grand County also, CVI and whatsoever place you are, you money. Or some of you just buy excavator. Can you imagine the entire country? The excavators that in the country, yeah.
Start getting on hard time, man. Would our president say no more illicit money? Anybody can listen to Joseph Boakai? Joseph Boakai is a joke. Joseph Boakai is a joke. Nobody cares about that food that they can be ready. Nobody respects Joseph Boakai. Let me tell you, because you know what? No, let me say it to you today. Nobody respects Joseph Boakai. Nobody. Because Joseph Boakai does not respect anybody. Nobody in that government cares about Joseph Boakai. You think they go rep food in there and you say that and say that within and they put a picture, they put it on Facebook and put a picture that mean that who will listen to it. Let's leave that story, man. Let's get serious. We got serious to discuss. Talking about illicit money. Joseph Boakai is serious money, man.
Boakai talking about illicit money. And what have he done to what the guy need? The minister Itana, the men are saying, oh, rebel or Newman Day or Wakana Day that caused today Guinea taking Liberia land. You see, that's the city. Yesterday, when you see Newman Day that when he brought machine and he put it on the Makoma or Wakana River, he started mining gold, diamond, illegally. That made today Guinea authority came and took the people land. What did Boakai say about that? This is the man you call a man of wisdom or man of integrity. I don't know when he's going to apply his wisdom or to impact the lives of the Liberian people. You see, when it is in your favor, he don't talk. But when it is not in your favor, then that's the time he will talk. If Henry Kosa was doing something over there, he getting caught, and Henry Kosa calling people, he will not talk about it. The president are left caught in everything. But welcome, Mr. Kone. Good afternoon, welcome.
Thank you, Ali. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to Maven and Steve. How you doing, guys? Hearing me?
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Thank you. You know, Steve, I heard you talking about celebrating people the likes of Thomas Fala in the United States. The only people that are celebrating that young man in the United States here are the very United Party people. Like I told somebody on one of the platforms that indeed, like for instance, when he visited North Dakota, a lot of the people I saw in that video, some of them I know them, and they are people that are affiliated with the United Party. But one thing you should ask yourself, logically, when Wilmer Page stated, it says, what is Unity Party gaining for Thomas Fala? He said it is Thomas Fala that is trying to protect himself from Unity Party. That's the reason why he's doing everything he's doing. He said, but he's bringing nothing to Unity Party. And nobody should be fooled. Thomas Fala don't have the political gravitas to take anything away from his former party, because he's not respected in our direction. If you look at his activities in the United States, it's the very people that used to call him T5. I mean, T5 are the very ones that go on today to celebrate him today, Steve. And Wemope asked a question. It's even in the very Lofa. What can Thomas Fala bring? What is he bringing? Up to today's date, what is Unity Party benefiting from him? Nothing. Yes, he managed to kind of tour their waters to remove a speaker, but besides that, what next politically? Thomas Fala is only doing things to shield himself and protect himself.
Yeah.
And he has seen a willing house, the United Party, to do that for him, and they are doing it for him. Today he's not calling T5 anymore. He's a darling boy for them today. He's never on their radar for prosecution or for anything. Absolutely. The question bears there, Steve. Can you ask Thomas Fala what did the party that made him for 20 years or so did to him personally? Nothing. He have not explained to you what drove his motivation to break away from the CDC. He have not shown you that. Because a party that elevated you at that level to the point that they make you deputy speaker, co-chairman for operation for that political institution, managed to take you to a district in Lofa County, truck people over there to make you a representative because you are literally rejected in the district that you represented for years. So such a man is nothing to worry about, Steve. But you're right to ask a question, and then to question the people that go to celebrate the likes of Thomas Farah. But Thomas Farah is bringing nothing. So I just wanted to point that out, Steve. And
before we overcome, on the flip side, Mr. Cornet, let me say this to you and to everybody listening. It's sweet for the CDC what Thomas Farah did to them. It's sweet for them. In fact, I will encourage other people to do what Thomas Farah did to the CDC until people can get to the point where they will learn a license. It's sweet for them. To be very honest,
Joseph had done the same thing too. So
I'm not in sympathy with the CDC on this. I can never be in sympathy with the CDC. They knew that these guys were inconsistent. They knew that these guys were leeches. They knew it. They brought these guys to the Liberian people, elevated them. So part of the problem we have in the Thomas Farah, in the Sir Joseph, are passing around today. Now you brought it to us, the CDC brought it to us because the CDC product in there. So it's sweet for them.
Like we were talking here from the beginning, people who questioning Mr. Kumi's credibility today, his integrity, why he had to go grand jury. These are the same people that celebrated Thomas Farah today. Yep. So why integrity and credibility or moral you had to question Mr. Kumi when yesterday you were in opposition? You said Thomas Farah was a criminal along with the CDC. They raped the country, or when you people come to power, you will persecute him. And we saw Yeke Koluba, Diki, Thomas Farah, Great, Joseph Baka standing there, everybody laughing. But this is the man today. He here, you're holding him in your chest like a newborn baby. You're embracing him. But today you want to question Mr. Kumi. What moral integrity you had to question Mr. Kumi when the man that you voted, you campaigned that you were coming to persecute, when you sleeping, eating, drinking, and doing everything with him today? Thank you. Maybe you can take it from there.
Well, that's good. Thanks to all of you, even though you guys are moving with speed with the show, because these are some of the things that we'll be looking at this evening that have to do with the opposition. But again, I think with the illicit money and other talking points that we already got through with, yes, indeed, Mr. Corner, good evening, welcome again. Let me say yes, indeed, thank you so much for everything. But again, Steve, let's move back to the happening of the day, because mind you, the country today is tense, someone will say, because most of the activities is in the southeast, especially to be specific, in Zouedou, Grand Jide County, where the oppositions, the major opposition political parties, opposition leaders, opposition heads, where today they are seen arriving in Zouedou, Grand Jide County, to raise the occasion of the CDC 22nd anniversary, which of course that will be celebrated on tomorrow. On today, also there are so many things that happen there that have to do with the place. But we have one of our colleagues also who is on there. Also, I don't know what they want to give us update quickly. Steve, let's get some update from Zouedou, Grand Jide County, about some of the activities. So Abu M. Sharif also is live from Zouedou, Grand Jide County. I don't know which part of Zouedou Abu is, but Abu, you are live on the Sktv 2 FM. Good evening, my dear brother, and what's up, everything?
Good evening, Johnson Mayborn, and good evening to all of your followers across Sktv and 2 FM. It's a pleasure joining your network about this time from Zouedou City. I mean, I'm currently at the guest house. As you know pretty well, lots of high-power guests have been arriving for these events in Zouedou since the city designated this city for its 22nd anniversary and Militant Day celebrations scheduled for tomorrow, the 27th of June 2026. So yes, I'm here and it's good to join you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Brother Aliu. Sorry, Abu. But tell us exactly also if I had the atmosphere like, especially during the arrival of some of the political party leaders, tell us, and that of the security, maybe atmosphere and so forth. Tell us some of the happening there, my brother.
The atmosphere since we returned has been very receptive, has been very enthusiastic, especially from the locals. They have been very receptive up to why we are here, and today has been so very busy. The high power delegations, guests, and of course other executive officials of the CDC have also arrived, and some are still on their way, as I'm told. Earlier on today, the chairman of the CDC, Honorable Janga Augustus Cole, entered Zwoju City, and of course, accompanied by the Finance Minister Samuel Itoue. And so, just this evening, we saw and witnessed the arrival of the MPC, Movement for Progressive Change, political leader Simeon Freeman. He entered the county, the city of Zwoju, to a rousing welcome, accompanied by motorcyclists wearing orange, I think a color to match the MPC political party colors and all that. And of course, yeah, we have also received the delegation representing Bapolu County Senator Amara Corner. He has earlier on indicated that he may not be present due to a previous schedule that he's engaged with and fulfilling, but he respects the invitation and is dispatching a delegation. Yes, I can confirm to you that the senator's delegation have already arrived. I just saw his chief of office staff in his office, Ishiaka Sherif, who's leading the delegation in Zwoju today. And of course, yes, in terms of security, it has been quite moderate. It has been quite good. We're not seeing security deployment across the city. Every rounds that I've made around the DEA office, and of course the central police station in Zwoju here, I see police officers there. They are seated. They are. I mean, the atmosphere has come. No threat so far, except from initial frictions that were developing around the selection of the venue, and of course, earlier arrangements that some officials connected to local authorities here that have played a tournament on the stadium. But I think subsequently this morning, the Joint Security was able to manage the situation, put things under control. Yes, security-wise, things are good, things are okay. We don't know what the next few hours will do up to tomorrow morning. But yes, we can safely say that things are okay and they're well close still as.
Great, thank you so much, Abu. But let's go back to the people. How the people are receiving you people, maybe the political parties or heads, and in fact the entire event.
You mean the locals, right? The
yes.
Nigerians in the country, right?
Exactly, my dear brother. How are they receiving the delegates?
That's what I said. The reception has been quite good because every time one big name comes, you see people moving as far as the entry point of the city, and then the parade, the march along all the way to the city center up to the CDC party headquarters somewhere. I am not as familiar with the names of the different communities.
Exactly.
But yes, indeed, they come around and they join in. The excitement is there. I'm not seeing any kind of sign of opposition to a larger extent to everything that's going on here. In spite of the conversation we're hearing probably on the radio about the atmosphere, about the particularly from what we see here. I mean, I'm yet to see any party T-shirt bearing the Unity Party, which says that the condition here is favorable for the CDC. I think they have Zwoju to themselves.
Good. So yes. Yeah, so quickly before we take leave of you, have the keynote speaker arrived? Because he's now becoming talk of the time, people discussing the keynote speaker. What say you? You want to give a little clue about the keynote speaker?
Ever since yesterday, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings of the Alternative National Congress confirmed his acceptance to serve as keynote speaker of the CDC's event in Grenji there. The public has been upbeat. The excitement, the tribulations have been here. I think primarily I tried to inquire why were people being excited, especially here. Especially most of them indicated that the excitement is not only about the fact that it's Mr. Alexander Cummings, but it's about the signal that it comes with about opposition unity, in as much as they cannot see confirmatorily, but the fact that Mr. Alexander Cummings and others were set to come as far as what you say to honor the CDC, that is an indication in their mind to some sort of a conversation at the highest level among these political actors. So yes, in terms of his arrival, we are still anticipating it. It has been announced, and of course, we are still here, and that's where we, the media, get a lot of job to do while others are going to rest. We have to remain on our feet, and, looking all out to ensure that we bring you everything that has to do with these pronouncements and making sure that the realities as they've been pronounced are actually communicated. So yes, we're still anticipating. We can't say exactly where he is, but the information is that he's on his way, and we'll wait to see.
Good, good. So quickly, Abu, before telling interview, what are you hearing from the people? Because mind you, sometimes these people, they'll be thinking that yes, we want change, we want maybe to have a new government because we are suffering, and this is that. Things are happening, things not going right. What are you hearing from the people, from the local there in Soweto, Granjida County?
So, I mean, the conversation, the narrative seems to be uniform across Soweto for the most part in places that I have visited. When I say uniform, they all seems to be sounding in the same direction. And what is that direction? That is the CDC direction, indicating a bit of frustration and regret, or with respect to the decisions that happened in 2023. So as Soweto or Grenjida being known in the southeast of a very consistent support base for the CDC, I believe, owing to the fact that they are yet to see the promises from the Unity Party and the Bwaka-led administration, anticipating that they can rally based on the failures, or if you may, they assume failures and misgovernance of the Unity Party currently, to relaunch themselves and re-establish the basis very well for the 2029 comeback. So this is not an environment where you get mixed reactions. The reactions are parallel. They're in one direction, just as I said earlier. So yes, they're excited, and most of the conversations are centered around the fact that all these opposition political party leaders are accepting to come, and the locals are saying this is a good sign to opposition unity. And obviously, when you hear Electric talking about that, that means they're indicating some degree of displeasure. They're indicating some degree of dissatisfaction with what is happening. Yes, you're right. Most times, electors are yearning for change. Mm-hmm. They're yearning for change. So, but most likely, how well thought their call for change is important for us to begin asking these questions. What degree of thought they are really putting into whatever change they are seeking, and what's guaranteed that they are also putting into whoever they identify as the change agent. What are these conversations? So we as media people, when we gather these views and these thoughts, when we have the opportunity to engage with these respective political leaders, it's important that we put before them and try to understand what level of assurance they can give the Liberian people as they try to look in their direction. So those are the conversations that we need to begin having with the different political actors, so that we don't leave them on. It's important when we as the media leave the politicians on check, and then when they secure the vote of our people, without any real conversations about what their promises and plans are, then it becomes difficult when they assume power, and then it also becomes difficult for the people to actually hold them accountable. So we must play that role in asking them and knowing from them what their visions are, what their plans are. The people will always act on their frustration, will always act on their disappointment. Most times, when government is not proceeding in a way that best serves their interests, they will always act on these emotions. But it takes us to garner from these political actors, what plan do they have? how well aligned are their plans with the expectation of the people. So yes, as Lueju is here, these conversations we intend to expand them, but this arrival movement tomorrow promises to be very loud. The sounds and the indications are clear. The writings are on the wall. The political party leaders are here. The CDC leadership are also here. And of course, you can't wait for the moment tomorrow. And we also cannot wait for the news breakers. We don't know what news will be booking there tomorrow. We are waiting. We're all ears. And of course, we're prepared to see what we can relate to all of you back in Monrovia.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Abu. Thank you so much for connecting with us. We hope and pray that tomorrow will be here. Also to bring the entire happening from Zoeju Grand to the county. Thank you so much, Abu.
Maybe a quick question for Abu, please, before you go.
Yes. Hold on before you go, Abu. Somebody want to ask you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you. Abu Sharif, thank you very much for the update. You are doing a wonderful job, and I like your play-by-play. Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, please echo it to Abu. I just want if he can enumerate or he can give all the update on the opposition political leaders that are over there currently. If you can just name it for the record, please.
Good. So he asking who are those opposition political parties or political leaders that are already arrived and those ones that are already on their way. You care to tell us? Because we have a lot of names, including the CMC.
We hear about Cabinet Janet too.
The ALP also announced, and of course, former Justice Cabinet Janet also announced that he's coming. But what we can say in terms of political leader, that is fine. We have Mr. Simeon Freeman of the MPC that is here as a political party leader. I'm yet to see the others, even though they have announced that they are coming. That's what I told you. It's a long haul. We're going to be here. We'll have a very long day. We're going to be waiting to see between now to later on. Probably they should be in the neighborhood and they're driving coming. You know, these are very long stretch. We're talking about 214 kilometers road from Ganta to Zoeju. And of course, 100 kilometers of them are paved from Ganta to Tapita, paved. And of course, the remaining 114 kilometers are unpaved. There are lateral racks, and the rains are falling, so they'll be break in some different corridors of the road. So, but they're making their way. So we're here. Once we get them, we definitely furnish it. But for the person from the brother, I think I can confirm Simeon Freeman here currently.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, brother Abu. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope and pray. And I said tomorrow, by the grace of God, we will call you for more updates about the happening there in Zoeju Grand County when it comes to the 22nd anniversary of the CDC, including the major opposition political parties in someone will say in a part of Liberia. Thank you so much.
Thank you very kindly. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. So Steve, Mr. Conan, Brother Aliu, I think we listen to some of the happening there in Zoeju Grand County, even though this morning started with some misunderstanding. At the end of the day, someone will say that issue was resolved by the authority there, and at least kind has been restored. CDC was able to get the space or the place that they wanted to use. So yes, indeed. What say you, Steve, Mr. Conan, and Brother Ali?
Well, I know we'll be going to the break very shortly. I know most of us as Liberians or Africans, we like new thing, we like celebration, especially Liberians. We like most Liberians like party and fun time and good time. I think it's a good thing to celebrate. When there is a need to celebrate, it is. I have no problems with that. For me, I like to look beyond the temporary amusements. I like to look further to the real issue. So there are several questions that are running to mind. Within 48 hours, 78 hours, all of this will be over. How do we translate this unity, this exuberance, this joy, this momentum? How do we translate it to holding this government accountable? Because there are lots of recklessness going on. There are lots of ineptitude, corruption, incompetence going on with this government. How can the same political leaders, political parties, and other people amalgamate forces, in other words, come together to hold this government accountable? Because it seems like the government is getting away with a lot. I'll give you an example. The 19 million drug bust, the government reporting that the man said somebody contacted him or whatever it is, talking a bunch of jobs. But not only that, what's going on with the low-fat business? What's up with that? There are a couple of government officials the couple of opposition members that have been targeted. What's going on with the Yeka case? Are they going to stand up against the government in the Yeka case? Are they going to stand in the protests that they're having? So there's work to be done, to be very honest. So, Melbourne, that's where my focus is going to be. I'll let the rest of the guys speak, because when we come back, the show got to take a different turn. The show will be hot. We got to find out what's going on in the opposition. I don't too much about the party building.
Thank you, Steve. I mean, those are salient points that you are concerned about, and we want to use this space, Steve, to manage the opposition leaders that are converging on the capital city of Grand Junction County. There are things that perhaps they might not be thinking of, or some of the surrogates and other people, because they can equally use this form of medium to get some of the things that are supposed to be deliberated. Because if they are going to be maybe a guest speaker or giving a speaking space, the concerns of the Liberians that making them to converge at that place needs to be paramount, like you stated. And the major things that is driving the country right now should be on the lips of those political leaders and those that will be given the opportunity to speak to the people. And I strongly believe there will be some kind of resolution or something that will come from the gathering of those leaders that they will have to sell to the citizenry. And those are things that need to be spoken. Steve that enumerated some of that. The low-fat scenario, the drug bust right now. It's taking all kinds. They're putting people into cycles around here on that drug bust, and it's actually it's just trying to buy time so eventually it can die down. In my opinion, I stand corrected. But until there can be arrest, until even the place where the drug came from to go to the airport be classified as a crime scene, which of course has not happened, those are things that the opposition needs to be speaking to tomorrow when they take the play. Not just about giving the opportunity to speak to the people, but the paramount things that is driving the country's plight right now, the economic constraints, the low-fat situations, the president taking the resources of the country under the guise of building something that up to today's day there is no budgetary allowance for it and there is no explanation. But it just trying to make it a kind of a way of life for the people. Eventually, thinking that it would die down. Those are things that I think they need to speak to me about. So yes, we can air it out here. I'm pretty sure some of them are under our voice here. They're listening. Chairman Ability, Mr. Ure, and all of those political leaders. I think there should be something on their plate that they will have to speak to the Liberian people concerned about in that gathering. I'll give it over to Ali.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Ali, go ahead, my brother.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Kone. And you see, like what everybody's saying here, these are things that we one day, those people over there tomorrow, we want to hear from Mr. Kumi, Mr. Berete, Mr. Freeman, and I think Justice Janet, he's also on your way there, and the delegate from Senator Amara Kone. These are things we want them to address tomorrow. How are they going to meet the government on some of these issues? Like today, I saw this other one here, I'm saying Nyatwen or Wakana Twen. You people, I don't know what happening to your brains. What impact will it made on CDC anniversary? What impact it had to make on the lives of the Liberian people as compared to the drugs that have been imported and being exported out of Liberia? A government that came to fight drugs, they had not established a drug cartel in the country, importing drugs, destroying the citizens, the youth of the country, at the same time exporting drugs out of the country that had now damaged the country image. These are things Nyatwen is supposed to be focusing on, because these are things that will make impact on the lives of the Liberian people when the government is trying to get rid of drugs instead of bringing drugs, destroying them and exporting drugs and damaging the image of the country. Instead of coming to question the credibility of Mr. Kumi, Mr. Benete, why George Weah should be in America and they're going to improve it. What impact that has on the lives of the Liberian people? But when we come back, I will go down with you, Nyatwen. Thank you.
Yeah, so but I think you and Mr. Connor can hold on a little bit. We'll join you people after the news break. Yeah, so you can continue. But Ali will join you after the news bulletin. Thank you.
Sure.
And Mr. Connor, this is always laughable to me. When I hear people talking, most of the time you will see people, oh, George Weah served as president, and see the Southeast rule, how the Southeast rule was looking. And people always talking about this Southeast rule and whatsoever. I don't really know whether people can really think before they talk, or they can just talk because they feel they're talking. And there's something we call prudent. You always have to say your thing before you talk. Oh, this thing I'm coming to talk, will it represent me? Will it make sense? Or how will people look at it? These are things you should always think about before talking. Every time the same thing they will say, oh, George Weah was president, he played football. What did he do when he was a president for the national team? If George Weah were to come again and start focusing on the national team, they see United Party people were coming to say, I will tell you that the only thing he know about football, he become president today, all he focus is on football business, nothing he doing for the country. They were going to Turkey. George Weah became president. If he were going to focus on the Southeast, and we tell you, he from the Southeast. So under the Southeast road, then he focusing on, he even said get time for other roads and things. When this man became president, he didn't see himself as president for sedition or CDC. He didn't see himself as president for the Southeast. No, he saw himself as president for the nation. And look at Nima Kante. 12 years of Eddie Johnson Sediq and that of Joseph Yuma Boakai. With all the support they got for Johnson and the people of Nima Kante, see the level of development that went in Nima Kante and compare it to what went there the 12 years of Joseph Boakai and Eddie Johnson Sediq. Joseph Boakai served as vice president for 12 years. He worked in government for 42 years. What was the role condition? What was the level of development in Lofa County under his 12 years administration as vice president as compared to George Weah's 6 years? The development that went in Lofa County, some of those roles that were in Lofa County, how they were during the 12 years administration of Joseph Boakai and that of Madam Sediq. What did he do? When they went there, people started asking Madam Sediq, you need to do this for all, you need to do that for all, and that's how she called them. She showed them Joseph Boakai and other people that were working in her administration. If all these people can be working in my government, if they bring development here, that are the ones supposed to bring development. See how Lofa County were left after the 12 years of Eddie Johnson Sediq and Joseph Boakai. And when George Weah took over, see the level of development that went on in Joseph Boakai, County, Lofa County. So what's the big deal? George Weah became president, even they didn't do much in the Southeast where he coming from. But the Boakai he supported himself 12 years as vice president. What did he do for the people of Lofa County? It was they see George Weah like him today, make Lofa County to look decent, facing roads and other things that Boakai couldn't do. So if Boakai come today and he decide to face the Southeast road, what's the big deal? Put some sense in your head. What's the big deal?
But listen. Listen, Aliyu.
They say in 6 years. So when he facing the Southeast road today, he like the 285 machine he brought. Let you deploy everything in the Southeast. That's not anything.
You know, Aliyu, these people, they are very less busy.
Very less busy.
If you listen to Abu Sharif analysis of what he told you, from Ganta to Tapeta is paved. It didn't get paved under Joseph Boakai. It was paved under a president called George Weah. From Ganta to almost Lukato, it passed through Campley and everything. It never got paved under Joseph Boakai. It got paved under a George Weah presidency. He's not from Nimba County. From Bong County, Banga, to all the way through Salaye and now going through the Punjab end or so, it never got paved under Joseph Boakai. George Weah not from Lofa County. Lofa County, Foya got the first pavement in Foya's history under a president called George Weah, not Joseph Boakai. They got street lights in Foya there, not under Joseph Boakai, but of George Weah. And he didn't say because I'm from Grand Creek County, so my concern is not the Grand Creek County. He was leading a country called Liberia. He was not leading the Republic of Grand Creek County. Now, if you have a president now that think that he's leaving the Republic of Foya, that's up to them. But the histories are there, Aliyu. The role you're talking about today, that role was a priority for the former president. That's the reason why he made it his duty for his government to sign onto all the contracts where you got the African Bank and other people that are coming in today, sponsoring the responsibility of that role. He didn't just sit there to talk about, oh, he didn't do this for the place, he didn't do that for the place. By the way, there was a president in Southeastern president called Samuel Doe that ruled the country for 10 years. 10 unbroken years. Okay, but yesterday it was a George Weah that saw he had the fortitude and the foresight to say, you know what, we're going to start building this road from Nimba County towards the Grand Jida County. So to come there and think, because today under George Weah, if you're just going to concentrate on football, you say, oh, but we told you they made that the only thing he know nothing else.
Exactly.
Today you have a president that is wasting the Liberian people resources in his hometown. And he cannot explain to you today, up to his government can't explain to you. But yesterday, they questioned what George Weah did for the Southeastern region. George Weah made River G to get a paved road through today. He did a lot in that region there. The legacies are there. George Weah started building a hospital that he named after the former president, and this government came today and changed that name. The hospital that even completed in Grand Jida County, but the vice president Kun went there to dedicate it. And they changed the name, but mind you, the records of that, the space over there, the record still bears Samuel Kedo name on it, because George Weah decided to name that hospital in honor of former President Doe. So you see, Aliyu, when you say these things, the likes of, like you mentioned about somebody like Nyan Twine, they had nothing to offer. When you got nothing to say, you start screaming in the wilderness. That's it. They're talking here. It's an institution that is having a celebration. They're not celebrating George Weah. It's a political institution that extended invitation to those people. Nyan Twine, you don't know better than those people. But you can talk about, oh, but the mayor is supposed to be there to honor you. You're not there. Why you're going there for? It's their business. Besides, the people see it as a responsibility that indeed your government, your party is leading the country in the wrong direction. That's the reason why there's a convergence of all of the major political parties in our country to sit and brainstorm on issue and to signal to you that indeed you are leading their country in the wrong direction. It doesn't matter who calls them. The ANC could have a program today, even if Mr. Cummings is not there and he extends invitation to other opposition people, they will go there to see how they can get together to salvage the destruction that the country is going through right now. You have a country that has been invaded by another country, and today your land is being taken away from you. But you got your information minister coming and misleading the people, one of the guys, only for when people are flagging out, then he came back and say clarifying things. What are you clarifying here? That never happened under any president watch in our country. Never. Hundreds or more years. Today you got your government that like people have been taken away, especially in the president quote unquote hometown. So Aliyu, if you ask a question on these people, sometimes you don't want to elevate their irresponsible utterances or their naivety. You don't want to elevate it sometimes. You just want to address the issues and move on. Because the people that are in the southeastern region, they are not crazy people. They know they didn't send their son only to concentrate on the southeastern region. They send their sons over there to lead the country. Republic of Liberia, not Republic of Grand Jida or Republic of Grand Crew. You understand me? But this is that when you have a tribalist that have the government that he runs is predominantly his counter people. That's how to speak to the people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll stop there for now, Aliyu.
Yeah, that's just it. Like I said, you had Joseph Boakai that served for 12 years as vice president, and he didn't do anything for his own home role. Lofa Kante, it was Josh Weah that came and did it. So, what's the big deal that when Joseph Boakai is facing the side E role today? George Weah started fixing that role. They didn't complete it, and then, according to the Minister of Public Work today, all the work they are doing over there, the funds were there. Okay. And where George Weah started and where he stopped is where they are they started from to continue the road project. You see, and like you said, if Weah was to come and focus on Southeast, the C Unity Party people were going to complain. If he were to come and focus on Fort Door, the C Unity Party people were going to complain. You people said government is continuity. So there is no big deal to that to say, oh yeah, look at the South-East Road today. He said he from the South-East. What did he do? What did Boakai do? He came from Lofa. What did he do on Lofa County Road? So you should put some sense in your head before coming to be talking those rubbish. The man you support today, what did he do? 12 years for Lofa County. What did he do there? Nothing. But some Maleki insists that they were able to face his own role. You see, post street light and thing in Lofa County today.
Aliyu, even the first town hall that in Foya there, the town hall, the reputable town hall that there, it was based on the George Weah in Foya. What did Boakai do there?
Nothing. You see, and these are questions when you ask them, then they want to insult you. You see. And that's how I listen to one other where he named Vanny Saki. These are some of the reasons I always refer to them as chicken brain. They had no sense of direction. You supported Joseph Boakai. You say he had for the 2 years experience when he come to government, everything will be okay. There will be job, education, the school, everything will be perfect. But you sat and said that, oh, you didn't expect Joseph Boakai to run a perfect government. You didn't expect him to run a spotless government. You didn't expect him to turn Liberia into Washington, D.C. But you voted for him. You expect him to do this thing within 3 years. But you, they see dumb-headed Saki. You were all on social media. You expected George Weah to turn Liberia into Washington, D.C. within 3 years. He should run a spotless government, a perfect government, and a flawless government within 3 years. George Weah, who had less than 6 years governmental experience, but now the man who you supported with 42 years governmental experience, you didn't expect him to run a spotless, flawless, and perfect government within 3 years or to turn Liberia into Washington, D.C. Make it make sense to me. That is still nonsense. I can see people talking. George Weah didn't face out in role 6 years, but the man you support himself as vice president for 12 years and he couldn't face his own home role. Compare 6 years to that of 12 years. You see how mentally deranged some of you people are? You need to put some senses in your brain. If you're lacking sense, you go do surgery. Let me put some senses in your brain.
They will never allow sanity to prevail, Aliyu. They will never. Because they are fixated on certain things that when they say it, they will keep saying it for people to buy into it.
That's the same nonsense they doing when they want with their drugs business. Oh,
Yeah.
doing drugs reactor, $100 million worth of drug into the country.
False
Doing drugs
equivalence.
reactor. Listen to yourself. When
False
the drugs
equivalence.
were leaving from Brazil, coming to Liberia, they call the government. Oh yeah, there's a drugs they bring it to your country so they can take it to another country. They want to use your country as a transit point. What we want you to do is to work with us so that we can be able to seize that drugs. It shouldn't pass by Liberia to go the final area of destination. And the Liberia government cooperated with them. Bam! The drug got to the port. They arrested it right there. That drug, they didn't leave the port. They destroyed that drug. Even the European Union, the American government, everybody were there. When they took it from the port, they carried it to the side and they destroyed it right there. Life continued remain right in the port. It was sealed. When they took it from there, they went, they destroyed that drugs. Make it make sense to me. Can you compare a drugs that came to the country and they took it from the port straight when they destroyed it to the one that came to the country? People had it in their houses, selling it, distributing it across the country, and at the same time they exporting it out of the country. Make it make sense to me. But that was the message.
But Aliyu, here's the thing. The drug, right now as we speak, the nation speak today, you have a crime scene that have not had security people surrounding it. But they had the immediate muster the courage immediately to surround the home of a 73-year-old man for quote unquote murder case, when in fact the person that died at the hospital. But they immediately surrounded and they had a security detail at the main place in no time. But today you have a $20 million drugs thing that could destroy the lives of thousands of Liberians, if not millions. And today that crime scene have not even been officially declared as a crime scene, wherein drugs were in the home of a place. Why can't they go and declare that place a crime scene so that the neighborhood, the particular building, can be thoroughly searched and understand that in fact some of the drug is not stay in the vicinity? But you have sat over there now for protracted period, that even if there were other drugs in that place, those drugs have been cleared off from that place.
True.
Just imagine that. So those are not people, those are a bunch of jokers. You don't allow them to be distracted, to distract you.
That's the Unity Party. These are the people who claim to be educated. And you see, this is the reason why this government, they have been caught up in the web today, because these are things that they told the Liberian people today. They make them to understand that, oh yes, we are, make it make sense. You said we're bringing drugs into the country. Fina Bono, Jefferson Koji, none of these people are no longer in power. Where are the drugs coming from? The moment Unity Party took over, Walegani Fadiga or AB Kuman, they introduced new drugs that entered the country. I think about 3 or 4 new drugs that entered the country. Immediately they took over.
Of course.
So who are bringing the drugs now? George Weah had a private jet that used to go when he come in, he bring drugs. Okay, George Weah were bringing drugs, yeah, that was just for less consumption. But today, Waka bringing huge quantity that he can distribute in the country and also export to Europe, because he counterpart, he loved the European counterpart so much that whatsoever he bring to a people, he had to send their own share.
Yeah. Wonderful. That's good. So folks, we're back after the news break. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to you, Mr. Conan. Thanks to you, Brother Aliyu. It's getting interesting day by day. The president also have, in fact, A.B. Krumah back into his government. But again, today we just want to play little. In fact, we want to give little attention to the opposition, like Steve stated, as to what some of the activities that will be going on there today, up to in fact tomorrow, as to how this thing going to work out, what's going to happen, the unity and so forth. But we're getting a lot of news coming from the corridor of the government that at long last A.B. Krumah back into this country. Interesting. And he is now been placed into the in fact the operation of the illicit money activities. I don't know how you're going to manage maybe the other setup, but again, that's it. Sometimes when there's things going on, the government had to find a way to maybe have other people or maybe placing them into some kind of a place for them to be able to carry on their operation. So AB Nkrumah is back into the government after being suspended for I don't know, a year now, right? I think a year, months, right?
Maybe why you say sorry? I was submitting some report here. You say what happened? Sorry, I'm sorry for bringing you back.
The president Mandiko now bring AB Nkrumah back into the government. Now this other one is not into drug business, but they send the man into the illicit money area. So I think Henry Christian to be careful.
So the Nkrumah now or security men have been sent now to less and mad because that's the operation of less and mad.
Exactly. Look, they have an AB. Mr. Kone can always say, we never go out of news. Any other news center, he said, yeah, but by the way, that move into the opposition activity into you know, AB is not easy, my brother, because every time they always news. Yeah, to admit. Send the government came to power or send their
the press can't suffer for news at all.
Every day the news. I can even send them right to my house. I send more than 50 news scripts and so forth into the newsroom if I want to. So to tell you that we just get news. Newspaper is just waste. So again, the president now. Everywhere laughing for that. So the president now, if I have AB Nkrumah back into the system after suspending the man for I don't know what they call for some kind of reason. Now the man back into the government. Now that they AB now into drug business anymore. The man will be into the illicit money people. Oh, yeah, look, the country interested me. But anyway, that move into the opposition activity today. AB, Mr. In fact, Aliu, there are so many things happening that have to do with the opposition unity. Liberians now, most of them now they are celebrating. They want to see the opposition being united because sometimes when government or when their power then given to maybe one of the political party, the people want to see people united into some, ways so that they'll be able to hold their government accountable. So with this start of the oppositions in Zweju, Grangida County, are we, because this one is not protest. The first one that ever happened was on June 7th, I think 2018, right, Aliu?
Yep.
Thank you. That one that was protest. But this one is not protest. It's celebration, as Steve said. They're going to marry me. They're going to celebrate. Some people will get all kinds of things be going on there. So they want it not protest. It's not something that will make people run away. No. But this one, people will be having fun in the short and maybe in the simplest form, what Steve was saying. People will be having fun, man, woman, man, woman, be all kinds of things. So that's what I'm trying to say. But again, yeah, man.
They deacon here. I don't know how you get it.
Yeah,
How you
yeah,
get deacon way out?
Yeah, no, that one is see.
They
I can't even get promotion.
Baptist deacon here. I don't know how you're going to do it.
That's why I can't easily get promotion because whenever for me to get promotion, Steve, you people will just sabotage my entire operation. The people just look at me and say, "Mama, got to demote you." So every time, yeah, the people will demote me. Yeah, man.
They can't promote it deacon here, right?
Yeah. So let's look at the entire activities there of the opposition. Let's start with you or Aliu. What are you seeing from the opposition? Are you seeing that sincerity, unity, and are you seeing that maybe they will be united more than ever before? Because Liberia after tomorrow, I mean, because anybody that you see down there tomorrow that moving forward, they will be speaking for the Liberian people. Because if you are there, that means you are against the bad activities of the people. That's what they call opposing side. You not let the bad thing, you not let any other negative thing about the government. But Aliu, what say you with the activities?
Thank you, Maybon. Thanks to our listening audience and for the work always taking up their time. Well, Maybon, first of all, we seeing opposition leaders over there like Mr. Benete will be there, Mr. Fremont and Mr. Kone Seni, he owned the delegate, Mr. Janet, Cabinet Janet, he's also there, and Mr. Cummins, the political leader of ANC. We're seeing all those strong political leaders. They will all be at CDC 22nd anniversary. You know, the opposition, we've been hearing that they've been having closed-door meeting and what have you. And we all been talking about opposition unity. Like for me, I will always say this. or if you know this issue about all having 100 political parties, you look at your party, your political party, your ideology, where you align with the other person, and then you'll see how all of you can work together. And I've been saying this, if we have a strong opposition unity, and they all get together with sincerity, honesty, and no betrayal, I think we can do the best to see how we can get rid of this disaster we have over our country today called government, one and for all. But till we can hear the message tomorrow, we don't know if this is the opposition unity. This is just CDC or 22nd anniversary, and they decided to, because they are in opposition, so they reach to other opposition leader to come so they can all brace the occasion tomorrow, so they can all be together on their anniversary and what have you. So what they are going to say tomorrow, then we will know as to whether now they are all working together as one. But for now, we just see is like, if you can see Mr. Cummings over there, we all know how Mr. Cummings beat on the CDC government. But when you see him, there is some kind of reconciliation. They have reconciled. Like Mr. Cummings, even tomorrow when Unity Party having anniversary, because CDC having anniversary, just watch and see Unity Party coming her anniversary. They will invite Mr. Cummings, he will go there. They will invite other opposition political leader, they will go there. It doesn't mean anything. This is just an anniversary. But the message tomorrow, Liberian people will know where the opposition, if this is the opposition unity or whatsoever we've been hearing, then we know. But if this is the opposition unity, like I said, and I will always continue to see this, I want transparency in opposition unity. There should be nothing that betrayal. There should be nothing at the end of the day or bad feeling. Transparency is what matters when they talk about opposition unity. I want people to be transparent, and they should be accountable for whatsoever they will do to one another.
Great, thank you. Mr. Cornet, what say you with the opposition activities in Suwaju Granjida County, even though I'll come back to the two of you asking you about some of the misreactions. Some of the reactions have to do with Senator Yan Tuen and the Justice Minister congratulating the CDC for their 22nd anniversary and all of their hard work and so forth, preserving the peace and so forth. But what say you, Mr. Cornet?
Yeah, Aliyu, again, I know we stated earlier on, and Steve started the conversation about what we all should expect, or if not expect, what we should be suggesting to the political leaders, because no one person have monopoly on ideas. It's possible that maybe they are going over there, there are things that they are not thinking about right now, or in our weak ways, maybe we could add up to it that indeed it should be the concerns of the Liberians right now, the plight of the country. One thing I know for sure, a lot of the people that are going over there, especially in the opposition bloc, there is something that they all are concerned about when it comes to the forward march of this country. And if it's seen that directly, that indeed the train have gotten up the real long time in terms of the concern and the priority of this country. So predicated on that, they all come over there. I think it should, obviously they will come up with maybe, if not resolution, or some statement that will be in our direction. And based on that, they should hold this government accountable to answer those hard questions. That indeed, Liberia land has been taken away. Liberia is gradually drifting towards being declared a narco state. That in the government up to today's day, even where the drug came from to go to the airport, that place has not even been declared as a crime scene. This is concerning, when in fact there was a 73-year-old man, like I stated, immediately his whole house got invaded. Literally, they made that place a kind of security detail, wherein they were all around the place. And today you have $20 million drug situation that you can't even declare the place a crime scene. And the people are going all around in the country free. This is concerning. So those are things that, for me, I would anticipate that those political leaders will speak to it and then indeed put it on the record, so that this government should be in a position to look at the plight of the people. I think those are things that we will keep speaking about until maybe cooler air can prevail in that direction.
Great, thank you. Steve already back after the break. Steve, team, you've been following some of the activities, some of the conversations and so forth. In fact, the oppositions move on tomorrow to have their say on some of the activities, especially celebrating the 22nd anniversary of the Congress for Democratic Change, or the CDC for short. We've been receiving a lot of, in fact, mixed reactions that have to do with even the Justice Minister also congratulating the CDC for job well done, for their existence into Liberia political space, maintaining the peace and so forth. And also Senator Yan Tuan also questioning the CDC about former president. We are not in country, and what's going to happen? How come someone who's supposed to be in country is not around? And other people have their own mixed reaction to that and saying that no, even the president who own their house, when they're not around, alone, someone else is there to welcome the strangers, no problem. But again, Steve, back to you, my dear brother. What say you with all of the activities coming from the oppositions that have to do with the activity on tomorrow that started sometime this week? What say you?
Well, thank you, Noble. I think, first of all, Nyan Twain and the Unity Party should not be the ones speaking or asking any question about President George Weah. I don't think they care about him that much. I don't think they care about his presence in the country that much. I really don't think so. I think they are looking for a reason to bully, disrespect, and just find a reason to express their frustration and their anger. The Unity Party should have no say in this thing. If I were them, I would just go sit down and mind my business. Continue to sell drugs. The Unity Party is a drug selling party. The Unity Party is a criminal party. The Unity Party have a bunch of rogue and thugs, serious people with big mouths. That's what they need to be focused on. I think they are concerned because, like we can say, in the social life, the man who will tell a woman when you see him, you know him. And the woman who will take man from you when you see that man, you too, you know that woman. I think they're very concerned about that. I think they're very concerned about a group of Liberians coming together with one voice to hold them accountable. They are okay and comfortable with the political parties being apart. And so they can, when the other person raises the other one and say, oh, that's just ANC, man. When the other person, but when you have one force, it makes it harder. So this has been their worry. This has been their concern. This is the problem that they have. First, it was making joke out of the CDC's celebration. First, it was making joke out of CDC celebration. It was passing around with videos and saying that there are only 2 people and CDC is done. And embarrassingly, I saw Dwalu on what other foolish thing that they got going on. What do you call that show that they got going on? I want what DeLong gave to them.
Kia's reload.
Yeah, because allegedly all of them who on that show, they're on payroll or on government payroll or whatever it is. But that's on them. They don't got to worry because there is no way I'll be sitting down in America here, going to work and be on any government payroll anyway. It's not going to work. I'm not going to do that. I think my BHAD will not allow me to do that. Say, God forbid. And I can't be having the audacity to even sit there knowing that on government payroll or collecting some kind of money from the government on cover and be talking foolishness. So these people that own a level of dry face and criminality is way up there. But that's beside the point. I think they should leave the CDC and the opposition alone. I think that's what they should do. And they should focus on themselves. Let me say this, Milborn. In as much that we welcome some of us, this is politics. We are open to seeing opposition, sitting together. But I can say this though. if the opposition decides to come together for them to do what they did in CPP, for them to start undermining each other, then there's no need for them to come together. There's no need to waste elaborate time. If the opposition coming together because some people want to be spies on what the opposition will do to go report to the government so that they can work with the government later on, then we have a problem on our hands. Then for me, there is no need for them to come together. Me personally, I want to see a robust opposition with leaders that have the plight of the people at heart, with clear mind, and other than speaking in one voice, holding this government accountable. Opposition that opposition. Go define the word opposition. Opposition and not friendly. Opposition don't pass a rhyme pressing for government or, oh, you know, that food in the I heard Joel Howard Taylor talking the other because she's looking for her own pension because they probably got no shame. All the years she's paying government being first lady of the country, they're still hungry. That food in the I heard Joel Howard talking that day. If that is the foolishness they're going to go on, if that is the line they're going to go on, oh, some are not going to be part of the foolishness they got going on. I want to be clear on the record. I'm not here to support people who battle be sucking up the government, being in line because the guys are going to interact with the government. They're afraid for the government to hold them accountable. So, me, I welcome the opposition coming together, but those will be my lines I will not cross. And I stand by what I'm saying here today. I don't fool around. I don't compromise. I don't budge. Wrong is wrong. That's all I wanted to say.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, but Adi, quickly before you come on, let me just chip in quickly because we have 4 more minutes, then we'll be interacting with our people. Yes, indeed, you said, Steve, you know, you just mentioned the name of the former Vice President, Madam Joel Taylor, sorry. And you're right, Steve. Sometimes some of the leaders, I don't know what they can be taking, even though she came back to better interpret her own statement, and that already been gone, like you said, Steve. Because sometimes there are things that you'll be saying. In fact, she also accused even the media. I don't know, sometimes when people are talking, what can they be talking about? So the media will just sit there and just be looking for news, or in fact, we just make it, let me just say, so that means in fact, we're just creating news on ours, or maybe on our own, or that kind of way, maybe just because we want to create news. No. That, for example, all of these things that we're talking about today, they are all things that are happening. How come we haven't been arrested if we were creating false news, accusing people and doing all kinds of things? How many years now? Some of us, some have been around here today. I haven't received any communication about, or in fact, let me be frank, something I will say today, apart from the some of these supporters who looking for a job, who hungry, looking for food to eat, threatening some of us, no. But I haven't received anything from national government or from security apparatus, no. To say, oh yeah, maybe you are needed and this and that. No, because everything we are saying, they are all facts and truth. So to come out as a maybe leader, the way the people have been treating you, even you haven't getting your pensions and so forth, you've been struggling. You've been writing a lot of letters back to back to come out and say, oh, the media, they're always looking for news here, the negative news. No. So at the end of the day, she came back and she had to make that clarity. But again, like you said, my brother, to the oppositions, whether they want to be united, that's it. It's up to them. That's what some of us keep saying. Yeah, if you want change, like someone said, if we want to have maybe 4 or 5 political party system, let's have it. No need to waste our energy, no need to waste our time, no need to waste everything today we've been doing. Because at the end of the day, Steve, today to even have people like Appleton, what kind of talk? Appleton, my brother, today becoming one of the person who can tear into our political space. Today, you can't even see Appleton anymore. He speaks volume. So sometimes it's not just about having oppositions, but can we now have a political party system where even Steve will be, if there are 4 or 5, let's have 4 or 5 political party systems, Steve. Instead of us struggling with our people, political manipulation, things happening, people tricking our people, because some of these people, they can read, they can write. So sometimes they will come and say, okay, let's go. We no more voting for number 10 or number 8. They get into number 8 or number 10. At the end of the day, that person will mark whosoever they want to mark. So all of these things too is not just about the opposition all of the time. Time for opposition, they all group together. That's good. Time for real team, let them also, sometimes be able to bring out some of these things still to say, okay, even though we're into oppositions, but for us, we want this thing to be the way we want it to be. If there are 4 political party system, let's have 4 political party system. Let's recommend this to the government. Let's protest. Let's stand up. Even if, for example, again, maybe we want to have the tenure reduction. Senator, maybe 5 years. President, 4 years. That have the thing done. And not yes or no, where when you opposition, you say no. When you within position, you say yes. I think, Steve, I may agree with some of the things that other people are saying here, but at the end of the day, I think the opposition had everything in their hand and to make things right. It's not just about putting people together, protesting, talking, and so on. Let some of the actions be done. For me, I want to see from the opposition. Thank you. Another thing before we go to the line.
Yeah, let me just add to what you and Steve just stated with regards to the former vice president. All I would want to admonish the former vice president, sometimes people, yes, being sincere about issue, or you want to speak the way you see things, but this is not a there's not a government or the party in power that you can do these things with. Show me one instance wherein President Bouakai now, when he was former vice president and opposition leader, that he ever commended the previous government effort for anything in our country. Even his own support that they were giving to him, he could not even mention it as a good way towards him. We used to talk about to commend things that were done in his hometown. Show me one video. Maybe you got it in your archive somewhere you can play it for the Unity Party at the time opposition that ever commended anything in the previous government. But if you're going to be doing
so let me just answer you quickly. Everything while we were talking about the betterment of the country, they were saying that what we eat and what they were saying.
There you go, maybe.
Yes, go ahead.
So what I'm driving home, and what Steve stated, maybe he didn't break it down to that level, but what I'm driving home here is this: if you are a stakeholder, especially a political voice in that country where people look up to you, got followers, you gotta watch the utterances, because this is not every time they'll cut that little clip and run with it. Oh yeah, but even the former vice president was talking to here, and the whole context of what you're driving home, they will never get that narrative to play out. But they will just cut that little clip. So you as a political leader, this goes to all of the political, be it the senior freeman, be it Mr. Cummings or whoever. When you're speaking on issues that have to do with national situation, you got to be watchful about it, how those things are stated, because they will clip it, they'll cut it and then get it out there to run with it for their own political advantage. That's what I want to drive home.
Yeah, the problem, before we go to the line, you see, all the nyama thing I see, this, he just blocked me, say, well, I get time for that one. Why he say, like, what kind of thing? You see, the problem here, you're talking about Alexander Kumi or all of opposition political leader, Gore Demakante, where George Weah is not there. You will never go to somebody's birthday party when the person is absent. That's you. That's individual different. It's on you. But the one that you support today, during the election, they visit all the counties, the 16 counties in Liberia, and he was saying you people were passing around running campaign. I don't know what happening to your brain there. You can't think before talking. You were running campaign for Joseph Boakai from one county to another while he was sitting in Monrovia. Why he didn't go? He want to become president of the country. Why he didn't follow you in the 16 counties? I know that 50 or 60 years across the country to run campaign. But he was sitting right in Monrovia, you were passing around. But just common anniversary that people going to, you saw your brain is misfiring like somebody that has seizure. You just ready tabata all kind of nonsense on social media. Just anniversary, George Weah is not there, so nobody should go there. Just a party on the second anniversary. But yesterday you were going from one county to another running campaign for Joseph Boakai. Make it make sense to me. You people,
well, thank you. So,
what the English people call selective amnesia. They pretend they forget certain things.
Reset.
Yes.
Yeah, so quickly people go to the line. I don't think a political party for anybody. So for me, whether we are come, we are not there. Whether we there, wouldn't there. I think it's political party. It's not somebody's birthday. It's not your birthday. So these are some of the things that we keep saying that keep institution back to the people. In fact, maybe Monday between Monday to Wednesday we'll be discussing some of the political party. Get the institution back to the people instead of you acting like when you are there, then the institution function when you are no more. Then the maybe the other institution die perpetual death. No, so that the institution survived. So for somebody to come and say, John, we are no. In fact, even if up to citizens, John, we shouldn't even be on the party ticket because citizens for George we are simple as ABC. It's an institution. So let other people also go for primary, and when they win a primary, then they contest. That's how you build institutions. So for the or maybe for people to be saying George we are, that means you're making citizens to be there. It's for only George we are. No. So if what up George we are, what up United Party, what up CMC, even the CMC, without one of the Musa Hassan ability, let CMC function as CMC. But we keep building institutions around people. So when the people are no more, the entire institution die. But again, Steve, we're about to go to the line. Any other thing quickly maybe that you want to say?
Well,
Steve.
I think in all honesty, Milbon, like I said, I'm not too carried away right now by what's going on. The party, everybody's still in a kind of exuberant, happy, excited mood. I'm looking beyond that because there's a lot going on in the country that the opposition needs to do. And they have been quiet or speaking individually as opposed to a unit. And so I am looking forward to seeing what they have in terms of standing up for the Liberian people after this party, because you can't create people hope and momentum and then just leave them. So after this, I want to see what the plan they have. Then I can start. For now, like I said, I don't get impressed easily. Yeah, maybe that's just me, but I'm not impressed easily. And I don't want to lose focus of the main issues here. So for the United Party partisans who passing around and taking paracetamol for somebody with a headache or the pain, I don't know why they're doing that. Yeah, somebody else doing a thing that ain't worried about it, just making you just uncomfortable. I just don't get it. The people not even start to come together to say, just them going to go celebrate together. Like you invite people, somebody that you know is a speedo before you invited them to your party. Then somebody who's speaking to you get there because you invited somebody else. But so at the end of the day, let United Party people rest the party. I want to see an opposition that will hold this government accountable and some of the criminal activities that they are doing that will lead to international community sanctioning them. Then I know we are on a path of accountability, because when you leave the issue of accountability with the Liberian and the Liberian government, they are proven to be very unserious.
Of course.
They cannot be trusted at any level. So we need some international intervention. And anything like when you get there, you can call it international community. Okay, we want to call it international community. The same way the sanction seditions, let them sanction some United Party people too. I'm saying it. Anybody want to get there with it. That when we start getting to that, then I know we can see your opposition. For now, I know that their party they won't have, and I'm not interested in party business. Nope, I'm not interested in party. No.
But Steve, to that, maybe before you go to the line quick, you know, it was doing right after the June 18th demonstration that the whole issue about CPP came together. So obviously something will have to bring people together and they can start a conversation from there. So like you stated, you can't take headache medicine for somebody else's own headache. This is not, you guys campaign like at least today, you guys campaign our country there. Baka went to I think 3 countries and that was it. You are sitting there in rehab while you're running all around with him, you carry a cardboard picture somewhere and campaign for him there. So what working all the day? Concentrate about the people.
All right, thank you. Problem. Yes, thank you. So let's take a few calls quickly because we gotta go. No time. Hello to this first caller. Good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yes, my brother. Go ahead.
My name is P.O.B. Willie, and I join you from People Road this series. Let me just thank you to you guys for your level of conversation. The conversation is welcoming. You know, this is the whole solution. This one has been aspiring for opposition synergy. This thing is too good to not be package for these regime apologies. We don't care for them.
Well, to this call up quickly, good evening.
Thank you. Concerned Alliance for Justice, Etmoka. Let me say hi to the panelists. Therefore, the Unity Party, the government is in fear. They are living with fear. And they should blame themselves for this. You need an opposition? Check your record. You chase all of the opposition around here. Musa Belete. When there's not coming, make comment on issues that affect the nation, you say he's a doer. So you wish on all the opposition in the country. You feel that you could have been here 30 years before going to election. Now they come to realize that election is right here. They want the opposition. How do you get it? Now look at Cabinet Janet. CDC impeached Cabinet Janet. You stood for Cabinet Janet at the time you said CDC was wicked to Cabinet Janet. You win the election. You have two employment at the level of the Supreme Court. The current Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, one of the associate justices of the Supreme Court point. Why you couldn't bring Cabinet Janet? Because Ecuador told Liberia say reinstate Cabinet Janet, pay me a benefit. Why can't you didn't do so? So what you want Cabinet Janet to do? So CDC, if I should not go there, you don't need opposition. You drop the opposition that way. You wish on them. Now I quarrel with you now. You want to be free from the who you call Nyan Tuan. If you come in, don't know international engagement. Come here, foreign whether President Weah is engaged in the United States of America. Come here now, dumb like you. Come on, man.
All right, thank you. Quickly to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
The heat is starting. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, Peter Delicasa, former honor student in Lower County, an outstanding member of the Concerned Bureau for Justice. Firstly, let me appreciate you people who have been and appreciate that particular message of opposition and unity. And I believe that it's gradually on the path. What is happening in Grand Juda and what we are getting from the point, I think the opposition is going to come together. And the government community, they are realizing that. That's why you see that the cholera and diarrhea has caused most of them. They are just vomiting and they're doing all kinds of things. Who is to and a conscience and a body? Where is that there? The CDC is an institution. So when Joseph Imam Bouakai was not around, were they not parading with him? These guys, and these are the kind of people that Black people like. They are not educated, nutrition is lacking. They just wake up and they just write, and somebody can't even write and ask people to write up and on Facebook.
All right, thank you so much. Quickly to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Nico.
Yeah, go ahead, quickly, my brother. Are you people not going together just to maybe make, because these are questions, these are things running in the mind of other people though?
No, they are coming together. This current government that is having a holiday or free time, so now be accountable for some of these things that they are doing. For instance, the job, even the job matter. For too long, these guys are their holiday. They launch a cover. This is just the beginning of goodies that is being packaged for the liberal. Like the community in the past, or goodies coming smaller packages.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a Charles Cooper. Charlie, your political leader will be the keynote speaker of the entire event in Soweto Grand, the country of the CDC 22nd anniversary. What say you, my brother? Good evening first.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel, and as an executive member of the Alternative National Congress, Moserati chapter, I think that is welcoming. Like I said on my page, Kumi is going there to speak the truth that will spark a change. And Mabel, those who are versed today, Kumi worked with them when they were in opposition, but they decided to betray him. Today, Kumi is working with CDC just as a guest speaker, and they are angry. When Kumi decided to stay alone, Mabel, People say he's desperate for the presidency. So what do they want the man to do? We are then calling for opposition unity here. And one thing, neighbor, Kumi is not an enemy to anybody. Kumi has been able to work with Ellen. You have been able to work with Parker himself. And you have been able to work with, we have told the Liberian people that Mr. Kumi is a reconciler. There's a man, when he becomes president, will be able to bring all of the devices, all of the sides together. Because you know Kumi is not enemy to any of them. Kumi can speak to we are their good friend, Parker himself, even Ellen, and all other political leaders in this country. That's why we are telling the Liberian people to vote the man to kill the political tension in this country.
All right, thank you so much, Charles Cooper. Quickly to this caller, it's getting heated day by day. The opposition unity. Hello. Yeah, my brother. Go ahead, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, no, the two one you can have on the truck. I think the truck is not forget about it. You know that I'm not like go man confused, but give me to go speak in to country that. I want to know that the United have stand already for the opposition. We have stand already. But the truck that they will bear they should not put it under the carpet. They should not put them around and let them show who's going to trust. They will beg you.
All right, thank you. For the media, for us, we don't. That wouldn't you people that can always forget about things, but for us, we always bringing all of these things out and discussing these things. Some of you say, "Oh, you're not gonna need to do." Yeah, that they can be saying, right? You can say, in fact, we're not get what to do, but we're always informing you. We have so many things that are into in fact Senate government came to power that have to do with, for example, the capital building issues. Up to now, we haven't getting any results as to who have the capital building burned and so forth. Who are those people? You get caught over issue, and so many things to talk about before even address, in fact, address situation. But again, we got to go, people. No time. I think we can use at least 4 or 5 minutes of our time to hear from our team of panelists. Lofa Julius just joining us. I don't know how come he came. In fact, coming on a little bit late.
Okay,
so Lofa, we want to hear from you.
Are you my time to go back?
All right. So Lofa, good evening, my brother. Good evening. What's up, everything? You listened? I guess you've been following the entire show.
Lofa,
well, so go ahead, brother AB. I think Lofa is basic. So go ahead.
No, I was okay. Let brother AB go. I'll come in later.
No, Lofa, you just come in. Go in. Use the time a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm glad that I followed the entire show today, and let me just extend greetings to our listening audience, and thanks to you guys for holding things down the way you did. But my thing here is what a lot of people are jittery about, right? Especially in the opposition bloc, and I'm laughing about this. But I'm grateful that Liberians are appreciating the level of commitment and what I see Mr. Alexander Cummings doing today. The fact that he put himself at the bottom and said, it's not about me as an individual. It's about Liberia at this point in time. Okay? It's not about Alexander Cummings. It's about the fight against drugs, the corruption in the country, lack of job opportunity, the abuse of human rights, and everything else. He said, this is not about my ambition to become a president, but let me at least stand up for Liberia. And that is the reason why he actually put himself in this position today. So when I see people celebrating this decision, it makes me feel happy that at least someone somewhere cares about the Liberian people other than themselves. Nyatwine, he doesn't understand institution. So I see people really opening up their veins and really getting upset. Don't blame the brother. There's a reason why they're still begging an elderly man who is in his 80s to come back and run again in Liberia, because they have nobody else other than President Boycott. When President Boycott is out of the picture, who else? So they don't understand institution. They believe in individualism. So that is the only reason. But it was a great show, guys. I followed from start to end, and I'm grateful that Liberians around the country and around the world are appreciating this level of commitment on the part of Mr. Alexander Cummings and every other opposition political party members who have devoted their time to collaborate, work together in the interest of Liberia.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Conan. What's it? Yeah, my brother, we gotta go.
Yeah, Lofa, thank you, man. You are so right, Lofa. And you know what? It's not only a question that Mr. Weir is not over there, but these people are jittering equally so because this is an opportunity for opposition political leaders from all spectrum of the political divide to elevate their conversations and be heard nationally and internationally. So predicated on that, some of those people, they don't want us speaking in this kind of in a space like this. That's why the likes of Nyatwa and other people, they are all over the map in this place here. But it's not going to hold because this, like I stated, Lofa and others, that the reason you see the people are converging here because they feel that Liberia is at a crossroad wherein people need to take the bull by the horn here and address the plight of the country. And all of the one common thing that is taking all of the minds of the opposition leaders, they know that Liberia is on the wrong path here. So indeed, they can say whatever they want to say. The people will gather, and from there, it's going to be a good start off, wherein they start to address national issue collectively onward for the onward march up to 2029. It's a good thing. But again, Mabel, thanks for the time and thanks to the callers and Aliyu and Steve. It was a great show. We will continue to play our part at this level. Thanks, guys.
Mabel, he said we'll be here tomorrow to follow what happened in Great Jida.
Yeah, so let me do some work behind the same. I will let you guys know. So what I will be on live on tomorrow, anything, I will send the link. But again, yes, I'm doing everything possible so that we can get, yeah.
Let me share breaking news with you guys. They said UP guys are not upset because of the invitation. They are upset of what Mr. Cummings will say tomorrow. They haven't reached anything yet, upset.
But Lofa, that's what I'm saying, because the people will get an opportunity where there'll be a vast audience and the entire country will be paying attention. They don't want these people to be heard. That's all.
They shouldn't shut down the internet tomorrow. Okay, guys.
Yeah, but you can maybe that's it, man. Thanks for the time, guys.
Yeah, man, wonderful. Thanks to all of you guys. Thank you so much for job well done. I think by God's grace we will be here if possible tomorrow, or if not, then by God's grace on Monday. So thanks to all of you. We are here. The SKTV show. Thanks to all of our followers, our viewers. All of you, thank you so much. We all love Liberia. Let's think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. I don't know how come the government, people that say, oh, they're not posting anymore about love. Think.
So why the people that brought their love Liberia take that thing Liberia, build Liberia,
they're not using it. They're not using the mantra. They're not using the mantra anymore. Are you?
I didn't say, because myself, I am confused. How come they're not?
Nobody talking about love, build and think Liberia again, the United Party. Nobody can.
No way, my man.
They throw it all
my man, they probably bury Liberia. They probably bury Liberia. How they will love, think, and build. When you bury something, how will you think and love and build? And so they probably bury.
We get a whole $19 million worth job business in the country for Nyatwa to be talking about that one that CDC.
That boy is less busy, man. They go find place to sit down.
You see,
they go find place to sit down.
When you see an eye that's plugging something out.
Well, that's it. Thank you so much. We gotta go, people. Thanks to all of you, man. I'll see you on tomorrow, or maybe Wednesday, Monday.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The process of giving up here and the premise of death. So welcome my life with African.
I lyrical
Master.
Clear police who make you. I can't ask you if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can I say my jamo. And he's a no money, and why you? And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Masorada, Lofa, and Grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I saw ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwana juli ya tumale, ena koduvwa ya tumale, ena na pagi na ya tumale, esta tiki, ena na pagi na, tosi wako ma ya tumale,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold rather low power and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We're bringing good news and we give it to you. We're talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we're giving are real and I promise my best to work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sano to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.